What's up guys, it's Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new short movie. The name of the short movie is What If Naruto Was a Big Short Blacksmith, and yeah guys, it is an unscripted movie and my own idea. Now make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my second channel as well. I will be uploading from tomorrow onwards there. I'm just tired today and I don't know how I'm making this one, but yeah, I had this idea, I couldn't sleep, it has been bothering me, so here it is. And as for the previous 2 days, I already told you in the community tab. If you don't know, basically there was a power outage because of the bad windstorm that happened in our city because of the bad weather conditions, and let's just say multiple trees were damaged, and so were the power lines that connected the electricity. I don't know how this works. Most of you guys might have already figured out what I'm trying to say here. Anyways, it took a lot of time to repair all of them because of, well, how bad it was, and basically more than 24 hours, so I haven't been able to sleep, but here I am. So I hope you don't mind and enjoy the today's story. Now without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story and roll the intro. Our story begins in Konoha, Nasato on October 11th in nighttime. It is one day after the QB attack and the council meeting. We go towards the Hokage office. It was raining heavily, and today the funeral arrangements were being made for the funeral of the fourth Hokage, Kushina Uzumaki, and many of the brave shinobis who have sacrificed their lives, and unfortunate civilians who have died in the crossfire as well. But now we see in the Hokage office the cries of a child was heard as he was laying on a Hokage desk in a basket. And the old man, Hiruzen Sarutobi, the reinstated Hokage of the said village, was watching towards the village from its windows, with a sorrowful expression hiding behind his eyes. As suddenly there was a thunder boomed and two figures stood behind him. As Hiruzen turned towards the figures that were standing there. "So you have finally arrived here." "Yes, I have. I have heard what happened to my brother." "I apologize what happened, Menma. But your brother Minato, I know my brother very well. I know he did this because of his selflessness. To be honest, it is quite foolish. I have heard from Jiraiya what has happened last night here, and to be honest, I'm not surprised. He shouldn't have saved these people. My nephew shouldn't have been subjugated to this much hatred, Hiruzen-sama." As the other man then spoke, "Calm down, Menma. Everything will be—" "Calm down, you say, Jiraiya. Why should I calm down? These people, they want to subjugate my nephew into a slavery for their village, like an attack dog. And not only that, they hate him for something he had no control over. And they have let down my brother, who laid down his life alongside my sister-in-law to save their behinds. So forgive me if I am mad, because I have every time right in the history of the Shinobi book to be mad at them. I'm mainly mad at you all, because you, being close to him and to her, couldn't protect him. We apologize. Apologies gonna cut it. I'm gonna take him away from this village. I am taking my brother's heritage as well, to give back it to Naruto." As Hiruzen then said, "It is fine. I have been thinking about it. Maybe it is the right course of action if Naruto is raised far away from here. Where is your shop, situated, since you're a blacksmith and all?" Said Jiraiya. "Wherever it is far better than here. Last time I heard it was in Iwa." "Yes, it is in Iwa." "What? Then are you crazy for taking him there? You know that it is dangerous too." "I know what I'm doing. Iwa is safer than here, and they don't have such heartlessness inside of them to subjugate a infant child to death because of what his father did." As there was a bare moment of silence, as now we see Menma, the man who was Minato's brother by blood, picked up his nephew and gathered everything and began to leave. And that is when he was bumped into the elders. "And where might you be taking the Jinchuriki, Menma-san?" "The Jinchuriki he might be, but have you forgotten that the Biju came from the Uchiha as an offering? Since Uchiha's treachery with you have broken, the Biju will obviously go back." "Who says?" "I say. Because right now, I am the authority here. I have the full control of the Uzumaki and Namikaze state since I am a Namikaze, and Naruto being my nephew, he cannot make a decision for himself, and I have been granted these rights. As Danzo then said, do you think we will let you leave? You have no other way, or you can talk to Daimyo, whose wife is also a Uzumaki. If anything happens to me, a letter will be dispatched to him. And guess what happens? You and everyone here will pay. The village that you're trying to protect will crumble down. It is already weak, and the other villages will take full advantage of it. Do you want that? Or are you threatening us? Said Homura. Take it whatever you want. Threat? Warning? Whatever it is. Take it to heart. From my side. And stay the fuck out of my way. As both of the men were about to speak, until Koharu then said, yes, this is the least we can do. Koharu, you shut up, both of you. I've had enough of this. We're gonna talk this to Hiruzen, if anyone else. You can leave. You have every legal right to. As now we see, Danzo was not having any of it, as Menma has left. As he then called for an Anbu to tell him that, gather everyone, we're gonna have a council meeting again, it seems. And half an hour later, a surprise council meeting was informed and called upon. What is the meaning of this? I did not call for any council meeting. Why have you all been gathered here? And why was I informed in the last? I called for this meeting. And who gave you the authority, Danzo? It is because of what has happened. Why did you let our Jinchuriki leave? What? What do you mean? Isn't it good then, Danzo-sama? That demon will stay away. That demon is not only an Uzumaki, but a Namikaze as well, you idiots. Him leaving means that the funds that we're gonna use to rebuild your shops are gonna go away. And not only that, you will not get any aid from the Uzumaki funds as well, because those have been also withdrawn and taken. Then how are we gonna... There is no way. Oh yes, there is, Danzo. Stop trying to dishearten them. We're gonna request Daimyo as usual, and the Daimyo-sama will send in help and funds for the recovery of every shop. But Hokage-sama, what about the material inside? The shops are the more priority, right? The rebuilding construction, not the material inside. It is gone into waste, I know that much. But Hokage-sama, the expenses are written off as, you know, indisposable of objects or whatever. Otherwise, if you don't want your shop and the objects, you can take the money for them. Choose one. We will settle for the shops. Hokage-sama, said Mabuki Haruno, as the civilians tried their last attempt. We need that money. You know that, right? The kid, what is he gonna use on? That is that kid's heritage. You're basically saying that I should do the same with the Hyugas, with the Inuzukas, and even with the Uchihas. No, why would we dare? Then why with the Uzumakis? If it wasn't for them, the village would have been standing on as it is now. Respect of those fallen comrades of yours. If you can't do that, then get the fuck out of my village. You have no place to stay here. As everyone was now literally feeling chills run down their spines after this was said. As Hiruzen's eyes were cold. And it represented his authority as the Kage. Is that clear? As no sound came. Good. Then I think this useless meeting is adjourned. Wait. Then how are we gonna... We are gonna defend the village as we always do. By ourselves. We haven't used the QB in the previous wars. What makes you think that we will ever use it in the next upcoming wars, if that ever happened, that is? We live in a peaceful era, and instead of trying to maintain peace, you want to wage war, Danzo? Then you are the problem here. The only problem that I see. As after that, the meeting was adjourned. And let's just say Danzo wasn't having any of it. He was insulted. Insulted so bad. And now that blacksmith had Naruto. He was worried about Konoha's future, but there was nothing he could do. He was not even informed where that man has went, because of the Anbus guarding them. As now we go into the time skip. Time skip of 12 years later. We go towards Namikaze Swordworks, shop situated inside Iwagakure. Even though it was a namikaze shop, it was a well-respected shop there, even by the kage of the said village, because of the weapons and tools that it provided not only to them but to the other villages as well. That was how Iwa traded and made their profits, mainly, aside from carrying out the shinobi duties. As now we go towards the said shop where we see a hammering sound was heard, and a sword of a different kind, aside from katana, was being prepared, as a girl with a short black hair arrived inside. "Hey Naruto, when are you gonna be done with this work? You promised to have a play date with me, remember?" As now we see Naruto Uzumaki, he was wearing a black apron and hitting his hammer on the sword, which was burning bright red, stopped and turned around with a smile on his face. "Ah, Kurotsuchi-chan, you're here. Almost done. Seriously, what are you working so hard upon?" "Well, I'm making a sword for you." "Wait, what?" "Yeah. Today's your birthday, isn't it? I wanted it to present to you as a present, but still, I guess I was a little late because of the orders that came from the Iron Country. Jeez, still, thanks, I guess," she said, hiding her blush away, as Naruto chuckled. As after that we see, in the night time, after a huge amount of fate, Kurotsuchi and Naruto were finally alone, and Naruto gifted her the sword. It was a black sword, but the edges were complete silver, and they were quite sharp. Use it with full force. As she did, and let's just say something interesting happened. Her lava release in a form of a cut was released. What is it? I integrated a system of chakra network within the sword metal. Really? Yes, it is a new technique that my uncle passed down to me. I don't know where that old man went after handing me this job over, but yeah, this is something that I invented myself. It was his, dream to do so. Now it is an extension of your body. You can use it as a limb as well. Interesting. Oh, and it also does this. Naruto then grabbed the sword and charged up his chakra inside of it. And then he slammed it on the ground as a chakra outburst shockwave was created. As even Kurotsuchi felt that her feet skidded across the ground for a bit. What is this? Chakra outburst. Or like a shockwave. If you have lightning chakra style, then you can literally shock and zap a lot of people with this. Whoa, that is really something else. I know, right? As after that we see they spend the time together, and next morning we see Naruto didn't remember what happened last night, only to find himself completely naked in his bed, and right next to him was none other than Kurotsuchi, who was grabbing him in a bear hug. As Naruto tried to get up, but he couldn't. As now we see Kurotsuchi opening her eye. You think you can get away from me, huh? No, you won't. I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember quite. Try to remember easily. You see, what happened was, after that we went to celebrate my birthday, and I wanted to drink some sake because I became a Konoichi. Oh shoot, you... Yup. And let's just say after you drink, you become quite some character, Naruto. What did I do? Not only you hit it on me, but the delegation from Kumo as well. Wait, what? As suddenly, a door opened from Naruto's washroom, and out came a woman in clothes. It was none other than Yuji Toni. That was quite some night yesterday. As Kurotsuchi then said, "Isn't it? I told you he was amazing. Amazing he is," she said, purring like a kitten. As Naruto was then shocked and slack-jawed. How in the hell did he land up in this mess with two beautiful Konoichis of different villages? As after that we see Naruto pass out as both of them giggled. And now we go and have a time skip of a month later. Naruto was still working on, as now we see a letter arrived. Is this Naruto Uzumaki? Yes. A letter has arrived in your name, and it is from Konoha. Konoha? And that is when we see Kurotsuchi arrive. Huh? A letter in your name? From Konoha? What do you mean? As I told you, I don't know. I haven't opened it yet. I know what my parents did, and not only that, I also know that you don't like my father. Not one bit, to be honest. Still quite surprising that I fell in love with that prick's son. Hey, I'm sorry, but you gotta admit he kind of is like that, you know? I don't even know him, to be honest, but still. Yeah, whatever. So, are you gonna just look at it or open it? Wait, what? Yeah, open it. As Naruto did. And there was a letter that he didn't wish he had read. In that letter, it was mentioned that his uncle was killed by Danzo. What? Why would he? And he has to come to Konoha. As after reading this much, Naruto crumbled the letter in his fist. His eyes turned red with slits. It only happened once in his life when he was enraged after finding out what his parents did to Kuretsuchi's mother. That won Kuretsuchi's heart. Naruto? What happened? Uncle Menma, he's dead. What? What do you mean he was killed by a person named Danzo from Konoha? Danzo, you say? Said an old voice as it came from the door. As both of the youths turned towards the door to see, it was none other than Oniki, the Tsuchikage of the village, standing there. Must be a reason behind it. Otherwise he wouldn't have killed him. It has something to do with you, Naruto. And I'm sorry to say this, my son. This is a matter that you have to deal in alone. What? Well, what do you mean, Grandpa? We have to... Enough. Naruto's origins are from Konoha, and so was Menma's. Menma was allowed to stay here because he moved here, after his brother became the Hokage. At first we were quite, wary of him, but after some time when he helped, we trusted him. Since he raised you, Naruto, we trust you completely. But, remember this, son. This is something that we cannot deal with lightly and tread lightly upon. Your uncle was killed and he was a part of Iwa. We will get that revenge from Konoha, but you have to do this on your own. I don't understand. At one point you're saying that we will get our revenge. But after it is confirmed that it was Danzo who did this, and what his motives were behind. But as for that to happen, you have to go there, son. Since it is you who they want. And I'm afraid that we cannot send anyone with you. I understand. What? What do you mean you understand? You wanna die or something? Konoha is a dangerous place. I know, it is, but I have no other choice but to go. Tuning exams are near at Konoha, right around the corner. It will take you a month from here to go there. So, how about this? I will let Kuretsuchi and her team escort you there. But that is all. Once you're at the gates, they have to return. That will be great, said Naruto. Alright. As now we see Oniki left. What does he mean by tuning exams? Said Kuretsuchi. He left me a hint. What hint, Naruto? Don't tell me this is the underneath bullshit again. Well, kind of it is, Naruto said. What is? This is what he said. Chunin exams are near. I heard that the Chunin exams once near the village is under preparations and completely focusing on showing the good image of the village. A perfect chance for them to either destroy it or completely amend it. So for that to happen, I have to be there. And if I'm there within this time period, there is a lesser chance for me to get hurt by them. That is great then. We must leave now. Yeah, you're right, Kuretsuchi. And let's just say their journey began. It took them a 1 month time to complete this journey, as now we see them standing at Konoha's gates. Well, I'll be on my own now, Kuretsuchi-chan. Everyone, thank you. Just be safe, kid. If anything happens, do let us know. We're gonna be nearby in the town. Wait, what? Weren't your mission... Well, let's just say I have taken a mission there to gather some herbs from that town. And it might take a longer time than we expected. Seriously, thank you. Every one of you. As Kuretsuchi then grabbed Naruto by the shirt and kissed him. You better not die, you idiot. Otherwise I'll come there to the afterlife and kill you myself. Seriously, what a strange woman. I'll be already dead. As now we see Naruto, after gathering up his, thoughts, he began to walk towards Konoha. It gave him kind of a nostalgic yet foreign feeling. Like he has been here before, but at the same time, It was weird for him to be here. As he walked up to the gates and showed the letter to the guards escorted him to the Hokage office. It's good to see you finally, Naruto-kun, said an old man. Hiruzen-sama. Yes, it is me. How many years has it been? I am 13, so I'm guessing that, yes, 13 years. Listen to me, Naruto. What happened to your uncle was actually Danzo's doing. Alongside the civilian council, they were enraged at what he has done. So they poisoned him. His body is in the morgue. We're waiting to be buried right beside his father. What? What do you mean, brother? Yes. You already know that your father was. I know who he is. Why here? He's a part of Eva, isn't he? Well, technically he is, but he also holds the same sort of treatment inside Konoha, since he was born here. And by the code, it is rightfully where he belongs after his death, buried here. I don't wish for that to happen. I'm sorry, but it is the daimyo's order, Naruto. And it is also the daimyo's order for you to make 100 swords for us. What? Yes. Our spies have told us that you have created a sword that is dangerous, very dangerous in the hands of our enemies. So to counteract, we also need swords. What could I expect from Konoha? You always want something, don't you? How? All you do is just take, and take from me and my family. You've even taken their lives. Can't you just leave me be? Said Naruto, trying to ease up his words from his teeth, which were clenched tightly. Listen to me, Naruto. I know it is hard, but that is what he has agreed upon. Our daimyo, our council, they are greedy bastards. I'm nothing more than just a figurehead. Luckily enough, I holded enough power at the time to keep you safe. Otherwise, you might have had a worse fate here. Thankfully, I had an uncle at the time, which you have taken away from me. Again, I apologize for that, but please, you do this and I promise you, no, I guarantee you will walk out of here without any harm. Fine. When can I begin? It'll be good if you begin now. As now we see, Naruto was taken to an Anbu headquarters room, where a smithery was prepared. Naruto began to prepare swords, but he began to prepare them with a weakness of sort, because he was enraged with what Konoha has done. As now we see, each and every sword was prepared. Done. Until the Chunin exams were over. As Naruto said, standing in front of the council, each sword is powerful enough, but it could be deadly once you use too much of a chakra. It's like a black hole that absorbs and releases chakra to a deadlier extent. We'll be wary of that. Thank you for your, working hard. You're free to leave. As Naruto was about to leave, a kunai was stabbed right through his chest. As Naruto looked behind to see an Anbu was standing there. Do you think we would allow you to leave? As Hiruzen stood up, but with a motionless face, until his henji dropped into an Anbu. We have already gotten rid of the weaklings here, you see. And we, as the council, are under control. You are not going anywhere. Thanks for the weapons, though. You can die now peacefully, knowing that we will use them to the extent of their power. I knew this would happen. As Naruto made a hand seal. Destroy. You see, Naruto has left a huge chunk of chakra into it and integrated a system that they would absorb chakra from nature itself. And that is what they have been doing so far. Some of the swords were now basically nukes. If I'm gonna die, you all will die with me. Destroy. And let's just say a huge explosion occurred, and it destroyed not only Konoha, but the nearby village's boundaries as well. Konoha itself was erased from the face of the earth, and not even a single soul was saved, except for one, who was laying there. His body was smoking, and he was covered in dirt, and that was none other than Naruto Uzumaki himself, who was injured as his injury was being healed, as he was knocked out there unconscious. As now we see, on the other side, on Kuretsuchi's perspective, that she was anxious the whole time. After finding out what Naruto has to do over the course of a month, she remained there, stayed at the village. But after a whole month was completed, Naruto was due to return that day. She heard an explosion so loud that she became terrified, only to find out that on the outskirts there was flames. After calming them down, they dashed towards Konoha, only to find nothing but a huge crater there. In the center heart, they saw something, or someone. When they dashed towards there, they saw who it was. It was Naruto, who was knocked out unconscious. Kuretsuchi grabbed him. Tears welled up in her eyes, and she checked his pulse to find that his heart was beating. He's alive. As now we see, she took him somewhere safe. And that is when we see, after 2 months, Naruto woke up. Where am I? You're safe. Everything is fine. There's nothing to worry about. Those assholes. What did they do to you? Once the job was done, Naruto said after remembering what has happened, they decided to get rid of me. Hiruzen was already dead. It was the elder Stanzo who did this. I made the swords. Since they have been sitting there for so long, they were like nukes. I detonated them, and they destroyed everyone. You surprised me, really, you idiot. What if you two had died? I wouldn't. Let's just say a friend was backing me up and was watching out for me. As now we see inside Naruto's seal, behind a huge cage, 2 eyes were open, as they shedded a single tear as a huge smile appeared on its face. It was Kyuubi no Yoko itself, or otherwise known as Kurama, who has come to respect Naruto, and was respected by Naruto as well. As now we see, more time passed. Naruto's weapons became so much more in demand that even the Land of Fire wanted them now. Even the daimyos. Naruto only made a handful of numbers of weapons, but he also left a loophole and a destructive device within them, so that whenever those weapons were used against his people, they would detonate in the hands of those who were trying to oppress them. He will not stand for any of this injustice. He has already made a mark on the shinobi world of what he has done and what his weapons are capable of doing by destroying Konoha and wiping it off from the face of the earth. Also, Land of Fire was mad at it at first after they found out what has been going on and who this person was. They humbly accepted their mistake and even apologized to Naruto on behalf of Konoha, who was no more. Every history and detail of Konoha was removed. The people, the shinobis, the legends, nothing remained. And as for Naruto, his fame continues to grow upon, even further and beyond. And as for Akatsuki, they didn't dare approach Naruto, rendering their plan useless. The only thing they could do, or Zetsu could do, was wait until Naruto died. He tried to kill Naruto multiple times, but because of, let's just say, the Kyuubi itself, which was Naruto's spiritual guardian by the time now, involvement, he couldn't do shit. So all he could do was wait. Wait as the time passed. And during that time, let's just say Naruto was able to garner the attention of Kaguya herself, aside from some of the more major Konoichis. And let's just say Kaguya couldn't avoid falling in love with Naruto as well. And after finding another loophole in the seal, she was too freed once her heart was freed from the curse of hatred. And she was now finally at peace with her new husband, alongside with Kuretsuchi as well as Yujito, the 3 wives of Naruto who were happy with him, the bigshot blacksmith of the elemental nations. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. I know it's quite short as well as it's quite different than usual, but yeah, I wanted to make something like this because I have made so many fanfictions as well as read so many fanfictions, but somehow I wanted to make a slice of life one. It is the most closest I can make to that genre, so yeah, I hope you don't mind too much. Anyways, this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!